And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wichita Northwest High School. You are watching some bonus coverage tonight. The Northwest Grizzly ladies are taking on the East High Blue Aces. There's 57 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, and we're in a tie game at 49. So another possibility of overtime as we had in our last home broadcast. We welcome you aboard wherever you are on planet Earth. My name is Kevin Arkin. Glad to be with you. Joined tonight, as always, by executive producer Greg Darnell. And Heath Roberts is our engineer tonight, manning all the video facilities and bringing you the sights and sounds of this one live on the World Wide Web. We just had an offensive foul called, and the ball will turn over. East High is in the dark blue jerseys, Northwest in their home whites. Nice crowd on hand in anticipation of the boys' contest and to support the girls as well. And today is a non-school day. There is no school today here for these kids. They go back to school tomorrow for the second semester. So they could have stayed home tonight, and they did not. We'll reset this one for you as we're winding down the fourth quarter here. And it looks like East High is going to play for the last shot. 10 seconds to go now. 49 all. Loose ball on the floor. It's going to be a held ball. It sure is. Let's see who it goes to. With 4.5 seconds remaining, it will belong to the Grizzlies. They have 4.5 seconds to prevent overtime. I won't tell the coach's wife she's on TV. We have a timeout being taken. I believe it was taken by Northwest here. Tell you a little bit about the Grizzly boys. They're coming back after a heartbreaking loss to a very good Heights team, rated number 1 in 5A. The Heights Falcons came in here right before Christmas and beat the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies actually won 3 out of 4 quarters in that game, but in the second quarter, quite frankly, they just didn't play well at all. And Heights took control of the game in the second quarter of that contest and just held on basically throughout, even though the Grizzlies did win the second half. All right, we're breaking from the huddle. The Grizzlies will have the ball on the baseline. 4.6 seconds remaining to get the ball in the hole and prevent overtime. Ball's inbounded. There's a long pass coming. And it goes out of play with 0.1 remaining on the clock. Guess what, folks? We got overtime. And we're going to give our young engineer here, Mr. Darnell, an opportunity to hone his skills. You want to work on that during this game? I've got it set up for overtime. We're always now to bring this on screen. See, here it is down here. You bring it on screen by hitting overlay, and it comes up on the bottom. And then that will be there forever, and then reset the clock for 4 minutes and start to stop just by toggling that, okay? And the possession arrow is correct. And the timeouts, I have no you can change the Grizzly timeouts to 0, but they don't have any, and East has 1. All right, we're going to give you a little bit of bonus coverage here. We do have a pregame guest scheduled in between games, and her schedule is very tight. So when she gets here, we're going to break away from the coverage of the girls' game in order to visit with the director of security for USD 259, Mrs. Terri Moses, will be one of our countdown to tip-off guests here prior to the pregame interview with head coach Brian Chadwick. Getting ready to tip it off. 4 minutes on the clock, tied at 49. And we're underway, and Northwest wins the tip. Northwest continuing to play from right to left, wearing the white home uniforms. East High from left to right, wearing the dark blues with the light blue numerals. Ball's under the basket, goes out of play. It'll belong to East High. Hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We welcome you to 2018. Looking forward to some good things this year. And there's a three-pointer going up off the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies, and here come the girls back. We're going to see how well we can do this without a roster. Jada Garrett has the ball right now for the got a great broadcast here for you tonight. Not only are we going to have a great boys game for you, there's another basket, or a basket, I should say, and now the Grizzlies trail by a bucket. Besides Mrs. Moses, before the game, we're scheduled to have the principal of Northwest. There's a three-pointer off the rim, no good. Rebounded by East, and a whistle and a held ball call. It will belong to East High anyway. The principal of Northwest High, Mr. Eric Hofer-Holdeman, is scheduled to join us at halftime tonight, assuming his duties in the building will permit it. Looking forward to a visit with him. He's just a very nice gentleman, and for a lot of you, you probably don't know much about him since this is his first year at Northwest in the role of principal. But he's not a stranger to the building. As you'll hear at halftime when we review his bio with you. 2:30 to go. Grizzlies trail by a bucket. East High is on the line. Keeling is going to put them up. She gets the first one. That makes it a 3-point game. Misses the second. Still a one-possession game, and here comes Northwest back with it. Jayla Dennis brings it up the floor. Gets around her defender, and a blocking foul being called here. That's going to be called on Anaya Keeling again, who just shot the free throws. Now she's guilty of the foul. It'll put the Grizzlies on the line. They're in the double bonus. There's one, and it's good. The Blue Aces are in the bonus as the Grizzlies have 7 fouls, whereas the Grizzlies are in the double bonus as East High is over the limit with 10. Second free throw coming. Up, and she sinks them both. It's a 1-point game. East High bringing the ball up the floor. On the near side with it is Mariah McKinney. And she'll dish it off to Brenna Jackson. Jackson. East High going for a good shot. Now they penetrate and dish it out for an uncontested opportunity, but no, they give it away. And continue to play. They're just running clock here with a 1-point lead. Trying to draw a foul, it looks like. So they're either going to have to foul or hope East High makes a mistake. 1:20 to go in the overtime. Grizzlies down by 1. For a minute I thought we might have something going there, but no. And absolutely they are killing time. They're looking to run the whole clock out. find their weakest free throw shooter and foul her. And now a timeout is being taken. East takes its last timeout. 51.8 remaining here in overtime. Grizzlies down 52-51. And again, we hope you're enjoying this wherever you are. This is bonus coverage in the Countdown Tip-Off program. Bonus coverage of the girls' game. They are in overtime. Second game in a row. They've taken it to overtime. They came out on the short end of the score against Heights during their last overtime contest right before Christmas. And the players back on the floor. East High owns the ball, and they have it again. Doing a good job of playing keep away here. They can't even get close enough to foul. 40 seconds to go. This all started with 2.5 remaining. They've killed 2 minutes off the clock of the 4-minute overtime. And finally a foul. Madison Surmeyer is guilty of the infraction. That's her 4th. And it will send Mariah McKinney to the line on a 1-and-1. So they cannot take it past a one-possession game here, regardless of what happens. And the first one is good. McKinney gets set for her second. Grizzlies are going to get the ball, looks like, with 29 to go. Unless they don't rebound the miss, and it's good. It's a 3-point game again. 29.1 remaining. And here come the Grizzlies. No reason to panic. Crowd's getting loud, especially the kids, as time winds down. 15 to go now. There's a 3-point attempt, and it rims in and out. Rebounded by East, and a foul on Surmeyer. And she will depart as she is fouled out. Oh, I take that back. Dejanay Arnold is the one charged with the foul. That's her 4th. 11 seconds to go here, and a free throw here could be killer. It's a 1-and-1. And the first one is good. That makes it a 2-possession game now. And that's going to be pretty tough for the Blue Aces. And she makes them both. 56-51. They need 2 scores, and they need them in a hurry. 7 seconds. 6. 3 seconds to go, and now we have... Looks like we have a turnover. She may have stepped on the baseline here. It's exactly what she did. Not the baseline, the sideline. So that'll do it. East High will run it out here. 1 second to go. It's academic. And that'll do it. 56-51, the final. The girls drop one in overtime to the Blue Aces. Okay, you drop that down to final. Right there, and you can leave that up there for a little bit. And then when they start the clock, set our clock for the same thing, change it to first, and run it. And that way the people at home will know how much time there is to tip off. Activities at the high school level are considered part of the classroom, and this is a learning experience for both of these young men. Greg Darnell is a freshman, and Heath is a freshman as well. So it's a big opportunity for them. Okay, you can set it up and run now. So now we'll officially say welcome to the Countdown to Tip-Off show as the players come out here to warm up for the boys' game tonight. We're hoping to get Mrs. Moses down here. I see her making her way down. So we will I'll see what she's like with a headset on her head. Mrs. Moses and I have a long and storied history, all good. We used to coach baseball together, among other things. Yeah, you might want to get rid of your personality there. All right, we're going to do that. Hang on, I'm going to get some volume here.
Yes.
How are we doing?
We're doing fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to, and then you forgive me if I get your title wrong. In fact, I may just have you do it, but the Director of Security for USD 259, Mrs. Terri Moses.
You are close enough. Is
our pregame guest. I'm going to just make a little adjustment there. There we go. Heath, why don't you swing that camera around here and get the lovely lady. We'll see how you do. And you keep in mind, what you're doing is actually going out, so which is fine.
Okay.
This is an NBC. We never claimed it was. Okay.
Absolutely.
But there's where the birdie is. So.
Okay, got it.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Tell us. First of all, what brings you out here tonight?
I take any opportunity I can to interact with our staff and our kids. And basketball games is a wonderful opportunity to do that. I tell people if I go out to the schools during the day to try to talk to administrators or kids, you can't do it. They're busy teaching kids. The kids are busy learning.
That's it.
And so athletic events gives us the opportunity for me to meet with administrators, talk to them about what's going on in the schools, what their needs are, and it's just a great opportunity to interact.
And, of course, for those of you who don't know or may have been in zombie land the last 20 years. You were the assistant chief of police for the city of Wichita for how many years?
For 19 years.
19 years, and you gave that up to take this job, as I recall.
I did. I retired. Luckily, in law enforcement, you can retire young, and had a great opportunity. When I was with the Wichita Police Department, I had the opportunity to work with Wichita Public Schools on several occasions. Found the people to be wonderful. Certainly enjoy working with kids. All the future, all the promise of the future is with kids. And so when this job came open and I was eligible to retire, it was just a natural fit for me. And I'm very, very fortunate.
Well, I know about your love of working with kids because Mrs. Moses and I used to coach a baseball team together.
Yes, we did.
Back in the day when both of our kids, your oldest and my only, were both playing.
Yes.
And that sure was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and interacting with kids has always been something that I've absolutely enjoyed, and certainly this job gives me the opportunity to do that on another level.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of your kids, I'm going to throw one thing out there, and this is about, first of all, congratulations. You're a grandmother,
yes, I
understand.
Am. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And your youngest, who is the father of your grandchild.
My oldest has...
I'm sorry, I got it backwards.
Yes.
Andrew's the one. Yeah,
yes.
I'm thinking Andrew and Jamie are the ones
yes.
that... I knew that.
Yes.
I just got their ages backwards.
Yep.
Your younger son is currently a Wichita policeman.
Yes, he is. Yes, I tell people both my sons followed me. I went to Wichita State. My oldest son works for Wichita State. He's in education. And my youngest son is on the police department in policing. So I can say that I've got a legacy on both sides.
And then your husband also is at Wichita State now.
He is currently working as the general counsel at Wichita State, so it's kind of a family affair.
Yeah, that's good. And make sure, of course, you tell David hello for me.
I will.
Quite frankly, I'd much rather interview you than him, because if we get a mic on him, we only have 10 minutes.
Yes. I understand that completely.
He loves to talk.
Yes, he does.
And it's great. It's
Yes.
great. I love David. He's just a wonderful guy.
Yes.
So you're. Do you have any real challenges, like when you go to a sporting event, whether it's football outdoors or a basketball game indoors, where there's a lot of kids from both schools? Are you ever concerned about kids interacting in an improper way?
You're always concerned about kids' behavior. One of the things we know is that as kids grow to be adults, that their brain hasn't quite matured yet, and some of their impulse control isn't quite there yet. So you always want to have parents, staff available. One of the great things about sporting events is that they can be very passionate. They can get people very involved, but we want to have controlled passion. So that's why we make sure that we have staff throughout all of our events. Same thing at all athletic events within the city of Wichita. You'll see our staff members interacting with kids. I absolutely love it when I see principals, assistant principals, my staff, my security staff. I tell people when kids give them a hard time, then I know that they are successful as a staff member, because if they have a close enough relationship with a kid that kid feels comfortable joking with them, giving them a hard time, then they truly have a good relationship with those students.
And as long as it's not disrespectful, it's great.
No, it's a wonderful way. We talk about social, emotional cues. Kids have to grow up. They have to learn that kind of stuff. And at athletic events is a great place to learn that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to see you. You're looking well.
Thank you.
I assume you had a good holiday, had a good break here when the kids were off. And
had a great break. We work my outfit because we do have security for all of our schools 24/7. We're one of the few operations within the school district that operates all the time. So we do work throughout the break to make sure all our buildings are safe. We've got 100 buildings and 52,000 kids, or almost 52,000 kids.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's a large district, but I think a very, very successful district, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
Well, and you've done a wonderful job of putting that all together and just getting the good mix with the security staff and the kids and the administrators all together. You're all working on the same team. That's very obvious, and that kind of leadership comes from the top.
Well, and I think it comes from our new superintendent. I think it came from John. I think Alicia does the same thing. She sends a very, very positive message about interacting with kids and helping them grow, helping them make decisions, and certainly that's a top-down message that she sends.
I want to get her on here sometime.
It'd be great to have her here. She does come to a sporting events. It's hard for her to get to all of them, of course, but it would be great to have an opportunity for you to talk with her.
Well, and I appreciate your taking the time to visit.
Sure.
I know you're very busy and you're here on a mission tonight, but it was great to have a few minutes to visit with you and get the people to see you up close and personal.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Tell the family I said hi.
I will do it. Terri Moses, our guest here. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, and then Coach Chadwick will join us for the pregame interview, so stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Hey man, you got out for football?
Band class still needs you, man. Kansas students have choices to do or not to do. The Kansas State High School Activities Association urges everyone to participate because when activities stop, nobody wins.
This is the Northwest Grizzlies basketball pregame show. A look at past contests and a preview of today's game with head boys basketball coach Brian Chadwick. And now, here's the coach.
Our countdown to tip-off continues. We're joined now by head coach Brian Chadwick on the pregame interview program. First of all, to you and your family, a very happy New Year.
Thank you, Kevin. You too. I really appreciate you being here.
And to all of you, a happy New Year as well, as we're off here in 2018. And you've had a couple of weeks since our last contest, but let's think back for a little bit and reflect a little bit on the game against a very good Heights team.
Wichita Heights is a really good team. Like I had said earlier, we forgot to play the second quarter. We played a really great first quarter. Third quarter wasn't bad, and our fourth quarter was pretty good also. Our second quarter is where we just stopped playing, and that's something we've talked about as a team, as a program, is that we have to do a better job of sustaining our efforts and being consistent.
Surely we can take something out of that game, the three good quarters against a highly rated 5A team in Joe Hour's Heights squad, and know that this team can play with anybody.
Yes, and we proved it. We have a scorer. We have a rebounder. Jalen Smith had a great game, 27 points, and he added the 3-ball, which we were really happy that he was doing. Javen Dixon really had a great game too. We had some really good things happen in that game, but like I said, we just forgot to play the second quarter.
Was the 27-point outburst, was that something of a surprise to you, given the opponent?
No, I really thought Jalen would have a breakout game earlier in the season. This game, the Heights game, just happened to be the one. I expect to have him do some more great things during the season.
So now we're into the meat of the schedule, and it doesn't get any easier, of course, going forward as the Blue Aces come into Northwest High tonight for a City League contest. And what are you expecting from that bunch?
Well, they've struggled early. They're 2-3 like we are. They're losing, which they're not used to. So they're going to come in really hungry. We scouted them a couple of games, have them on film also, and they're very athletic, very long, just a lot of players. Joe Jackson is playing 11 to 12 players in the first half and really making them all just get out and play great defense. So we're going to have our hands full just being with this scrappy team.
And of course, like all of the City League teams, you play them all twice, home and home. And I guess we get a bit of an advantage having them at our place first.
Yes. Well, it's great to be at Northwest at home, because that's one of the things that we can always count on, is them being ready to play at home. Being on the road is tough in the City League.
How about your home fan support? I mean, we got to talk about the great support you've had from the fans at home so far.
We've been having a really good job of good crowds lately. We just have to make sure we give them a product that they can be proud of. That's the one thing I kept telling them I wanted to do, is give them a product that they can be proud of, and they'll come out and watch us. But I've been really happy with the fans. I just need more kids out there. We're getting the mom and dads and the aunties and uncles. Now we have to get our students out. Our student section needs to be one of the best ones in the city.
And it certainly have the potential for that, given the large student population at Northwest.
Well, they all come out for the football games, too, and they do a great job there. We do have some consistent fans right now. I just want more.
I can't argue with that one, but we want the place full. We'd love to have standing room only. Quite frankly, we'd love to have a bunch of people standing around us on the track while we're doing this webcast, because they've got no other place to go.
Yes, that would be great. That would drive some of our administration crazy, but that would be great.
It would be an administrative nightmare for them, for sure, but what a nice problem to have that would be.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we've got East High tonight, and then, of course, we've got North High at their place on Friday, and I know we'll talk about that before Friday, and I know you don't want to look ahead, but like we said, it doesn't get any easier.
No, it doesn't. We have North High, which they have a high-powered team right now. Jackie Johnson, the freshman, is doing some great things there, and he has a supporting cast, Peyton Hayter, who is really playing well for them also. And then we have Southeast, Israel Barnes and his crew, and they're going through the City League like crazy right now. And then we have to play Andover in the WSU Challenge game. So we have our hands full.
And we're hoping to be at Coke Arena for that challenge game as well. There'll be more about that on the website going forward. You've had a couple of weeks. I know you've been practicing during the Christmas break. You don't give the team the entire 2 weeks off.
No, we actually got back to practicing the 28th. We had a little fun on the 21st. Played kickball and wiffle ball. You know, we got to have some fun. They are still kids. So we took off the 22nd through the 27th, and then we started back up the 28th.
Do you get to practice longer with no school going on?
No, sir. We have restrictions, so we practice about 2 hours, no longer than 2.5 hours a day. We get some shots up, we get some practice in, but we have to go between 9 and 2. So we try to go 9 to 11 to get our practice in.
And I assume that with no school on their minds, this is more quality time for them on the basketball court.
Yes and no. We have to remember they are young kids, so we have to make sure they're up and ready to go. We've made some house calls. We've done some things, but they've been really doing a great job of being ready to compete.
We wish you the best of luck tonight. Before we go, I think I need to ask you, you've had a chance to reflect over this 2-week period with no school going on. What things about your team are you really proud of from a number standpoint? Basketball is all about statistics and numbers.
Well, right now we're averaging 61 points a game. I really like that. I think we can average more. It is a city league, so you're going to get different games, playing Heights' zone, playing pressure against East. You just have to be able to be consistent. And I think we're being consistent. We're up there in the tops with scoring. Defensively, we have to get better. We know that. One of our biggest problems right now is our free throw shooting. As a team, we're shooting 56%. And not enough. And we have to have a better free throw shooting percentage. I really like our rebounding, which we're a small team. So I was worried about that coming in, but we're averaging about 27 a game. And we only got out rebounded by Heights by 2. And Heights is huge. So I was really proud of that. Our blocks are really surprising me. I didn't think we'd be blocking as many shots as we have. We're averaging about 2.4 a game, which is great for me. Our assist-to-turnover ratio has to get better. Right now, I don't really want to talk about it, but it has to get better. But we have some great things happening right now. Jalen Smith is averaging 18-4 a game. Javen Dixon is averaging 11-6, and he's shooting 64% from 3, which is huge for a big guy to do that. We have a sophomore, Zion Jones, who's doing some great things on the floor for us, averaging 6.3 a game. And he only started probably the last 3 games. So he's doing well. Jameer Cups and Brees Hall are both averaging 8 to 9 points a game. So we have some things there working really hard.
And you know where your weaknesses are, and I know that your practices are geared to improve on those areas.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. We're competing, we're getting tougher, and we're working defense a lot.
Well, let's go out here tonight at home, get a big W against the Blue Aces.
That would be really good, and get us to 500, which we would really love to be.
Coach Brian Chadwick on the pregame show. Stay tuned after this brief announcement for the starting lineups and the play-by-play of tonight's game between the Blue Aces and the Northwest Grizzlies. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Wichita Northwest Grizzlies basketball is on the air. Follow your Grizzlies basketball squad on the World Wide Web as they set out in pursuit of another 6A state title. And now, let's go courtside to your host, Kevin Arkin.
Thank you, Todd Taylor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wichita Northwest High School, where tonight the Grizzlies will entertain their guests from across town from Wichita East, the Blue Aces, in here in a Greater Wichita Athletic League contest. Hit that and then remove. There you go. Now hit add clip. We're doing a little education as we go. Go back to click on Northwest Basketball, hit advertising, and don't pick anything with the word commercial on it. You can pick presidents. Okay, and when it comes time, we'll run that one. Okay, so you can X that out and close it, and then you can see what's going on. There we go. Little instruction as we go here. I'm joined tonight. First of all, my name again is Kevin Arkin. Joined by our executive producer, Greg Darnell, and our engineer, Heath Roberts, providing the sights and sounds of this one to you. It should be a barn burner tonight. Grizzlies looking to go to 500 with a win here tonight. Coming in 2-3, having lost their first two at home. Winning 2 on the road in the Holy War and then losing at home to Heights High in their last contest right before Christmas. Getting ready for the introductions of the players and the national anthem. And we're going to turn it over to the PA booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the presentation of our national colors and singing of our national anthem. Tonight's color guard is provided by Northwest Battalion, Gero PC Cadets. Presenting tonight's color guard, Captain Isaac Batista, Staff Sergeant Nina Castellanos, Private Julia Batista, and Private Jocelyn Malone. Northwest student Jay Gonzalez will be performing our national anthem.
And that's the national anthem as performed by Kate Gonzalez, student here at Northwest High, and she did a wonderful job. Getting ready to introduce the players. I know the PA guy is hard to hear, so we're going to keep it right here. Northwest is wearing their home white uniforms tonight as provided by Adidas, and we sure thank Brian Snyder and the Adidas folks for their support of the Grizzlies in providing uniforms for the team this year. They've got some great uniforms. Pierre Johnson, number 2, a senior, will start for the Blue Aces. And starting for the Grizzlies, number 1, Jalen Smith, just coming off a 27-point performance against Heights. East High, number 4, Dalen Jones. Dalen is a 6'4" freshman guard. For the Grizzlies, Jameer Cups, number 3, gets the starting nod. He's a 6'1" junior guard. Number 5, Jalen Randall for the Blue Aces will start tonight. He's a 5'11" junior. And for the Grizzlies, number 10, Zion Jones. Zion is a sophomore at 6'0". 6 foot even. Number 23 for East High is Clayton Bradley. Clayton is a 6'4" senior. He'll be countered for the Grizzlies by Javen Dixon. Javen Dixon is a 6'5" senior forward for the Grizzlies. And rounding up the starting lineup for East High, number 25, Karen Sears. Sears is a 6'1" junior. And for the Grizzlies, number 50, Joey Duncan gets the nod, a 6'4" junior for Northwest squad. The head coach for East High is Joe Jackson. He's assisted by Tommy Brumbelow, Craig Nicholson, and Jeray Matthews. Your head coach for your Grizzlies is Brian Chadwick. He's assisted by Kyle Smith, Jim Murnaugh, and Marcus James. Getting ready to set up here for the opening tip. We're glad again that you joined us here on the World Wide Web, getting a late start tonight as the girls' game went into overtime. And if you're just joining us, the girls dropped it in overtime, 56-51. Grizzlies will play from left to right in the first half. Getting ready for the opening tip. Dixon there for the Grizzlies and Bradley for East High. Tip goes, and it's won by Northwest. Dixon has it, and he quickly brings it down, puts up a shot, it misses. Rebound goes to the Blue Aces, and bringing it up the court is Dalen Jones. Jones dishes to Johnson. Back to Jones. Jones puts up a three off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Duncan. And now underneath, Cups can't make it go. It gets it right back, however. Drives to the basket. Now tried to pass it and lost it. It was taken away from him by Marquise Wilson. By Kieran Sears. And, of course, they scored when I wasn't looking. Who scored that? Five. Jalen Randall got the basket for East. Who got the basket for us? I'm behind the times here, guys. I can tell you it was Dixon because he's on the line to shoot one, going for the three-point play here. And he misses. Rebound, though, to the Grizzlies. Up it goes, and they can't make it go. Nice rebound, though, by Dixon. Off the shot by Jones. East High with it now. Randall with it. Gives it off to Johnson. Back to Randall. Randall driving, spins, up, and good. Nice play there by Jalen Randall. He has all four of the East High points. And we have a foul called here as Jalen Smith was pushed out of bounds. Fouls on Clayton Bradley. No, I'm sorry. It's on Pierre Johnson. First foul of the game. Charge to Johnson. Cups with it now. Over to Dixon on the far side. Around the horn it goes. Smith has it. Heavily guarded. Dishes it back. Smith, top of the key. Is he going to pull it back out? He does. Smith now drives, puts it up, partially blocked. It is blocked. Nice block it was. And here's a breakaway for East High. And an easy bucket that time for Sears. And it's 6-2. Sears got behind everybody, and all he had to do was wait for the ball to get to him. East High gets it back again. Going coast to coast, and there's a nice block. But they're going to call a foul. Foul is going to be called on Javen Dixon. It'll be a shooting foul, and going to the line for the Aces. Tell you who that is as soon as he stands up. Kind of hard to read that it's Pierre Johnson going to the line to shoot a pair. First one off the rim, no good. Johnson's second one. Misses them both. It stays a 4-point game. Rebounded there very nicely by Dixon. Cups will bring it up for Northwest as they try and cut into this lead. Dixon top of the key. Drives, spins, puts it up. Blocked, he gets it right back. And they're going to call a held ball, and it will belong to East High on the alternating possession. .5:18 to go. First period, 6-2. Grizzlies trail. Trying to get to 500 and make a run at the City League. A little weave offense going here by East High. And a turnover. He walked with it. It'll belong to the Grizzlies. And they're going to make him inbound the ball right in front of Brian Chadwick down there on the bench. Cups has it into Duncan. Duncan looking for some help. Sends it over to Dixon. Smith with it. Smith double teamed. Pulls one up. That's a long two. It's off the rim. No good. Duncan, nice rebound. And back out to Cups. We'll do it over now. A foul called on, I think that's going to be on Johnson. It is. It's a second foul on Johnson early here in the first half. So Johnson in a bit of a sticky wicket. And he's going to come out as soon as Chris Burrell checks in. And checking in for the Grizzlies, number 4, Kamarian Thompson, giving Zion Jones a rest. Smith inbounds. Cups has it. Dixon back to Cups. And that's going to be a travel on Cups as he couldn't get by the defensive player, and it will turn over. It's still 6-2. 4:22 to go here in the first half. And a foul called there. That foul's on Jalen Randall. It's his first foul. Fourth team foul already here against East High in the first quarter. And we're not even halfway through yet. I want to take a moment once again and thank USD 259's head of security, Terri Moses, for joining us before the game, giving us some great insight on her philosophy on how to run a very, very difficult operation and department involving over 52,000 kids. We have a whistle on the floor. We'll see who this is being charged against. And it's being charged on Joey Duncan. That's his first. It's only the second team foul for Northwest. East High inbounds the ball. Underneath, intercepted that time by Smith. Here come the Grizzlies back. Been a long time since either team scored. Smith puts it up and it's good. Smith gets his first bucket of the night. It's 6-4 now. Grizzlies only trail by a bucket. Underneath the basket. And he got 3 tries to get it in, and Burrell finally does score. And it's 8-4. Jalen Smith bringing it up on the far side, being heavily guarded over there by Jalen Randall. Cups puts up a 3, and it misses everything. And will go out of bounds. It will belong to East High. Joey Duncan's going to take a seat. And he will be replaced by Jacob Harmon, a 6'3 junior. And up we go, and a foul called after 2 misses. Let's see who this is charged against. It'll be a shooting foul. Looks like it's going to be on Harmon, and it is. It's his first. Burrell gets the first one. He'll have an opportunity for another. Burrell misses on the second, and a nice rebound that time by Cups. Dixon back over to Cups. And now Smith takes it. Jalen Smith with Jalen Randall all over him. There's a long one, 3 for good for Smith. And he's got 5 of the Grizzlies' 7 points. Gets them within 2. Minute and a half to go, first quarter. On the far side, there's a long one by Randall. It misses. And a rebound by Dixon. Grizzlies looking for a breakaway, and we have a timeout called. We have a timeout called by head coach Brian Chadwick. We're going to go ahead and take one with him. We'll be right back. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Back at Northwest High, 1:16 to go here in the first quarter. Grizzlies down by 2. They have 3 team fouls. East High has 4, and they got them all early. And now the Grizzlies will inbound the basketball. And they're having a little bit of a problem getting it distributed. Finally, they get over there to Cups. Cups brings it down the floor. Sends it over underneath the basket. Harmon puts it up, and it doesn't go. Rebound. Back to Harmon. He dishes it out, and we'll do it all over again. Cups puts it up, and it's good. Nice move by Jameer Cups to tie the game. After a slow start, the Grizzlies have come back. Hopefully that will bode well for the rest of the night. Randall looking for somebody to dish to. Now sends it to the top of the key. Back to Randall. He'll put it up for 3. It rims around. No good. Rebound by Harmon. And Smith will bring it down. 20 seconds to go, first period. And he puts it up and scores. Jalen Smith has 7 here in the first quarter. He leads all scorers. Here's Randall with a 3, and it's good at the buzzer. And Randall has 7. So at the end of the first quarter of play, Grizzlies trail 12-11. I know you just saw it, folks, but you're going to see it again. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and give me a chance to get a quick one. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Back at Northwest High after one quarter, Grizzlies trail 12-11 as Randall picked up a 3-pointer at the buzzer. Kansas. But they're back in the game. They were not they were being dominated early on, and they came back. And all I know is that somebody scored a bucket for East and I missed it. I didn't get it on my score pad. I do know that Randall, I have him with 7. I have Jalen Smith with 7 to lead the scoring here in this game. Smith has it now, sends it over to Dixon on the near side, and Cups wasn't ready for it, bounced off his chest, went right to an East High player. Now we have a ball on the floor. That should be a held ball. And if it is, and if I'm not mistaken, that will belong to, it'll belong to East. Nice crowd on hand tonight. It's a very cold night. It's been cold all weekend. If you're not here in Wichita, Wichita has fared no better than the rest of the country with the cold weather. Cups gets a basket. And the Grizzlies take the lead. We were below 0 yesterday. Here's a long 3, misses everything. Putback doesn't go either, and here's Jalen Smith on that rebound. And he'll bring it back. Looking for help, gets it over there with Zion Jones on the far side. Now he brings it in, drives to the basket, has 2 people on him. He's going to turn around and dish it back out to Jalen Smith. Coach Chadwick barking some instructions to his troops. Smith with it, tried to drive to the basket, puts it up, it's blocked. Nice block that time by Clayton Bradley. I don't have a place in here for block shots. I'll make one. And an interception that time by Cups, and he gets it to Jones. Jones puts it up, and he misses it. Rebounded there by East High's Aaron Hill. Pierre Johnson just picked up foul number 3 here. 5th team foul of the half. It'll be a foul, balls on the floor. So Mr. Johnson is in foul trouble. And I think he came out. Yes, he did. And I did not see who went in for him. And that one goes off the hand of Joey Duncan, out of bounds. It'll belong to the Blue Aces. Blue Aces bring it up. Randall with it. Around it goes to Jones. Jones looking for some help. Gets it in the form of Norman Massey. Now over here on the near side, Randall puts up a three and misses. He gets his own rebound. Joey Duncan with a block. Holy cow. And it goes right to Smith. He puts it up. It's blocked on the way up. I've never seen so many block shots in my life. Tremendous defensive play by both teams here. Inbounded. Zion Jones has it. He'll drive the basket. He puts it up and he missed, but he was fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Let's see who this foul is on. It is on. That is on Aaron Hill. His first. Team foul number 6. Grizzlies will be in the bonus here on the next foul. You see where the bonus stuff is? There and there, yeah. 13-12, Grizzlies lead by the slimmest of margins. And just like that, Clayton Bradley scores a pair to give the East High Blue Aces the lead. 14-13 now, Grizzlies trail. Cups to Dixon, back to Cups. Cups was wide open. Now he dishes it out to Jones here on the near side. Jones puts it up left-handed and it goes. Jones has 4. Grizzlies have the lead. East High with it. One bounding off by Randall. Over here on the near side to Jordan Trotter, who's in the game for the Grizzlies. He passes one over here to Dixon, but Dixon's long three is wide of the mark. And Randall gets the rebound and brings it up for the Aces. Who got that? Who was it?
I think it was 23.
We're going to give Clayton Bradley a three-pointer. And now we'll turn right around. Who got it for us? $15? And we got a three-pointer out there. I don't know who to give it to. Problem when you bend over to write in the book while you're talking. And they're shooting. Here's another three for East. That one bounces off the mark. And it's rebounded there very nicely by Jordan Trotter. And here comes Cups with it. Grizzlies lead by 1. Under the basket. Duncan puts it up. It doesn't go. He gets his own rebound. Tried to bounce one off the opponent to get the inbound play, but instead it's ruled a held ball. It will belong to the Grizzlies. 3:24 to go. Duncan with 3 rebounds now. Unofficially. And there's one. There's an air ball by Marquise Wilson. Rebounded by the East High Blue Aces. Shot there misses by Dalen Jones, and a foul called on the rebound. It'll be on Wilson. That's his first foul. 4th team foul of the half. And the first free throw by Chris Burrell misses wide. We'll get a second chance here to tie the game. It's up and rims in and out. He missed them both. The Grizzlies still have the lead and the ball. Here comes Smith with it. Jalen Smith puts up a 3, and it's short. East High gets it back on a rebound by Jacobs. There's another long three by Jones. And East High takes a 2-point lead. Sears guilty of his first foul of the night. It'll put the Grizzlies to the line, shooting a 1-and-1 here as they're now in the bonus. Zion Jones will take the first of hopefully two. It's up and it's short. Rebounded there by Bradley. And here comes East High back, but it's stolen. And here come the Grizzlies right back. Cups under the basket. Puts it up. It's partially blocked. Their putback is good. I think that was Duncan that got the rebound and the putback. And we're tied at 20. There's a 15-footer, no good. Rebounded by Javen Dixon. Underneath, Smith puts it up and it goes. Smith gives the Grizzlies a 2-point lead. We have a foul called on the shot. It doesn't go. It'll be a shooting foul. And it will be on Cups, I believe. It is. It's his first. And it puts Sears on the line with a chance to tie the game. First one misses. Jaden Finney comes in for East High, replacing Bradley. Sears will get one more here. And he missed them both. Free throw shooting for East High has been weak here in the first half. .145 remaining. Dixon to Smith in the corner. Smith puts it up and it's good. Smith now has 11. The Grizzlies have a 4-point lead. That's their largest lead of the night. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Northwest. I'm sorry, I'm going to take that back. It belongs to East, which is what I should have said to start with. Here's a lay-in that misses. Rebounded by Dixon. Nice job by Dixon. That's his fourth rebound. Here come the Grizzlies back. Puts up a wild shot, but he was fouled on the way up. We're going to have a shooting foul here. Harmon getting set to come back in now for Northwest. Smith going to the line. He's going to shoot a pair here. We'll see who comes out. I think it's going to be Duncan. I'm wrong, because Harmon's not coming in after all. He missed the first one. Smith now with a chance for a second. And he made the second of two. He's got a dozen, and the Grizzlies have a 5-point lead. Stay with us at halftime. We're going to have a great halftime guest. The principal of Northwest will be here. He is in the building. Grizzlies get it back. 48 to go. And we have a timeout being called here. We're just going to keep it right here this time. 39-6 to go here in the first half. 25-23 Grizzlies lead over East High. Possession arrow favors East High. Grizzlies are in the bonus, and they also have one foul yet to give, as they only have 5 team fouls. We'll tell you during this timeout, our next webcast is only 3 days away. We went with one webcast in 3 weeks. Now we have 2 of them in 3 days. We're going to be at North High on Friday night to bring you the boys contest from the North High gym against the North High Redskins. We'll be on the air at 7:15 with countdown to tip-off, followed by whistle-to-whistle coverage of the boys' game. And if the girls go into overtime, we'll see some of them again. So join us right here. The link will be on the Facebook page, as it always is. And there is actually an internet webpage under construction. It is not yet done. I was hoping to get it done over the holiday weekend and had some issues preventing me to do that. So just go to the Facebook webcast page, and the link will be there. We'll be putting it up tomorrow. Cup sends it over to Dixon, far side. Now he comes in, puts up a 15-footer. Good. All nothing but net. And Dixon has what I have in the book is his first 2. I don't know if that's right or not. I've kind of lost track of some of these points. Dixon with a rebound. That's his 5th rebound here in the first half. 4 seconds to go. Dixon a long 3 and off the rim, and we have a whistle. Stoppage of play, and I do not know what they've called. What they call? Travel? Travel called against the Grizzlies, so it'll turn it over to East. They got 2 seconds to do something with it, and they don't. We're going to go into halftime with a 4-point lead here. Grizzlies 27 and the Blue Aces 23. We'll be back with Principal Eric Hofer-Holdeman after this brief timeout. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Check, check.
Welcome back to Northwest High. We are at halftime. Grizzlies lead 27-23 over the East High Blue Aces, and then what has been a great first half, a really barn-burner game, and I'm pleased to introduce our halftime guest, the principal of Northwest High, Mr. Eric Hofer-Holdeman, and welcome, first of all.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
I'm glad you were able to stop by for a visit. And I've only met you once, and that was at the soccer banquet.
That is a true statement, although I've seen you from afar back in your Capon days. And
well,
I was the head basketball coach at Northwest, and I'd see you broadcasting from over there, so that was fun.
Did a few of those from the old gym.
That's right.
Here, I did, way up there on that top catwalk.
That's right.
That was a long walk. This is a lot easier walk for us.
This isn't as bad, I agree.
And the view's a lot better from up here. But you know what? The old gym was great. I loved your old gym.
I have to admit I'm partial to the old gym because I coached 8 years in there, so I love this new gym too, don't get me wrong. But
I know there's some people here in the Northwest family who do not really know too much about you because this is your first semester as principal, but you're certainly, as you mentioned, you're no stranger to the building.
Yeah, when I was named principal here, I was extremely excited because it's kind of coming home for me. I was actually a math teacher and a basketball coach here at the school from 98 to 2009. It wasn't my first job, but it was my longest stay, and certainly some of my fondest memories, that's for sure.
Where else have you been in your career-wise?
My first teaching job was out at Little Garden Plain, Kansas. I actually taught at a little 2A school just west of Wichita here, and taught math and coached basketball and football out there, and enjoyed my stay. And then I was there for 7 years, then I came in here to Wichita Northwest in 98. And again, like I said, taught math. I was a freshman boys coach for 1 year, JV boys coach for 1 year, and then I was in the right place at the right time, and they named me head coach in 2000. And so I was head boys coach from 2000 to 2008, and gave it up and decided to enter administration. I spent one kind of in limbo year there where I was the assessment coordinator and didn't do any coaching. Okay. And then threw my name in the hat for administration and went over to West High for 4 years as an assistant principal, and was fortunate enough to get named head principal at Mayberry Middle School. And then this is my first year back at Northwest as obviously
back.
Head principal. Hey, thanks.
Everybody's glad to have you, and I know the kids love you. Even though our 2 young freshmen here who are engineering and our executive producer here tonight, they may be a bit intimidated by the fact that you're here, but I'm going to get you to back up half a step.
Yeah, you bet.
Only because we want you on TV.
All right.
And come to your left a little bit.
All right, there we go.
There you
How's
go.
that?
We want to make sure your whole face is in the picture.
All right.
So this is an NBC, folks. So we've always said that. So
all right.
Got some great kids.
Absolutely.
Working the game with me tonight again. Greg Darnell does a great job as executive producer, and this is Heath Roberts' first night out on camera doing it for us, and he's done a great job.
You can't say enough for good help, man. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. Like I always say, there's nothing like slave labor. So,
as a head principal, I know that. I mean, if I don't have fantastic teachers and administrators, fellow administrators, and office help and custodians, and I mean, it really does take a village to run a school. That's for sure.
This is one of the bigger schools in the state. So,
although our numbers are actually dropping, we're down to about 1,300. When I first started teaching here in '98, we were around 1,600. But the interesting thing is, there's actually a kind of a tidal wave that's in the 6th grade right now. So our numbers are going to continue to go down for the next couple of years here. But when those 6th graders reach us as freshmen, you're going to see Northwest numbers start to come back up. I don't know if you heard or not, but we're actually already 5A in football for the next 2 years. And it's very likely that we'll be 5A in all sports starting next year as well.
Don't the other sports generally drag 1 year behind football, or do they not do that anymore?
Yeah, they do. They do football 2 years at a time, and they only use 9th, 10th, and 11th graders when they make that decision.
Right.
And they make a yearly decision on all the other sports, and they use 9 through 12 for all the other sports. So after our September 20th enrollment count next year, we'll find out if we go 5A in all the other sports.
Okay. Are you anticipating 5A and everything?
I really am. I think we're going to see a continued drop in enrollment. I sure hope we don't go down too far. One of the things that hurt our numbers is we've always accepted a lot of special transfers in from out of district, the Mays students, the Goddard students. And when the state went to this block grant under Governor Brownback, we closed down a lot of those special transfers because we were no longer receiving money from, per pupil money.
Right.
It was just a flat amount. Well,
so it was costing you money then to take those transfers.
Well, it was basically we were educating more students for the same amount of money.
Right.
And our district made an executive decision. It wasn't Northwest. It was at the district level that we were no longer going to accept out-of-district students. Well, now that has changed with this Supreme Court ruling, Kansas Supreme Court ruling, and so now we are going to go back to the per-pupil funding formula. They haven't officially finished all that, but long story short, our doors are wide open, and those out-of-district students that want to come in as special transfers, as long as they meet our 3 criteria that have to do with behavior, attendance, and grades, we will welcome them with open arms.
And you obviously have room for at least 300 more students, but you had 300 more students.
That is a true statement.
What is the enrollment capacity of Northwest?
Our building could probably go up to 1,800 plus. It would be a lot tighter, but we have the facilities probably for as many as 1,800. I think 1,600 is our ideal number, but like I said, we're down around 1,300 right now.
Okay, well, hopefully that will, and I know those things come in waves too.
You're exactly right.
You never know. One year you have a small freshman class, and another year, all of a sudden everybody is in the freshman class at the same time.
Exactly right.
So,
yeah, exactly right. No, we expect to, like I said, we expect an increase in enrollment to start in probably 3 years. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that, and I'd love to see more numbers, and I'd love to see our numbers come back up. But like I said, we're anticipating a continued drop for 2 more years and then a return.
Okay. Well, I sure appreciate your taking the time to stop by for a quick visit here.
You bet.
You're welcome anytime. You're in the neighborhood. Come by. We'll throw a headset on you during
All
the
right.
game. We'll just visit.
You bet. Absolutely.
That's fun. We had Terri Moses on before the game.
I saw her earlier. Yeah.
And she's a wonderful lady.
Absolutely. She does a great job.
I've known the family forever, and she was the right person for that job.
I agree.
When she took that job, they couldn't have made a better choice.
I agree. 30 years on the police force, and she knows security backwards and forwards and inside out, and she's done a great job of.
And she's so level-headed about it. Always has been.
That's
always
exactly
been
right.
level-headed about everything, and so just like I said, she's just perfect. So
Absolutely.
I was really glad when she took that job. I couldn't imagine a better choice.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, best of luck to you the rest of the year. Hope everything goes well. Hope everything goes smoothly, and thanks for taking the time out to come up here and visit. Now, you see, my executive producer over there he's gold-bricking over there, and Greg, you need to slip behind me because I'm about to say something that you're going to need. He needs to get to the control board. He was over there texting. Can you imagine a freshman texting? Anyway, thanks again for being with us. We sure appreciate it. We're going to be back with the second half in just a moment. Quick timeout. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Back at Northwest High, we've got about 30 seconds to go here before they tip it up for the second half of this one. Grizzlies lead at halftime, 27-23 over East High, trying to get to 500. Boy, the 500 is so important. You can't make a run if you're not at 500, because then all you're doing is spending your time getting to 500. So this really is a big game. They come in 2-3. They win the game, they're at 500. They lose the game, they have to play 2 more to get to 500. And, it's time to make a move here in the City League, and it's time for this team to play as they're capable of playing. So, good first half. I will tell you that Jalen Smith led all scorers in the first half. He's got 12. Jalen Randall for East High has 7. He did not, according to my statistics, he did not score in the second quarter. So he got all of his 7 points in the first quarter. We'll see how that happens. East High with the ball to start the second half. And we're back at it. Randall, top of the key. He'll send it off to the far side. Now he'll get it back. Looking for some help. And there's a 3-point try off the mark by Pierre Johnson. Johnson in the game with 3 fouls. I didn't mention anything about fouls here in the stats. I'll do that real quick here as we go on the fly. Underneath, tried to get it to Duncan. Intercepted very nicely that time by Sears. And he'll go coast to coast and miss the shot. Rebounded by Dixon. Dixon already has 6 rebounds in the game. Smith puts it up, misses the layup. And here comes East High back. 10-footer, good. Jalen Randall gets the first bucket of the second half, cuts the lead to 2. Dixon puts one up off the back of the iron, no good. And it's rebounded by Bradley. Bradley sends a long one to Sears. Sears spins, puts it up, misses, and a rebound by Dixon. Cups brings it up the floor for Northwest. Dishes it off to Smith. Smith, a 3-pointer. Good! Jalen Smith nails a 3-pointer. And the Grizzlies have their biggest lead back again at 5. Here's a 3-point attempt. Off the mark that time by Dalen Jones. Ball goes, looks like a ball went out of bounds. I'm not exactly sure what happened here. It looks exactly what it did. Blue Aces substitute as Randall takes a seat. He's replaced by Aaron Hill, 5'10" junior guard. And he has the ball on the far side. Jacobs, top of the key. Into the paint, back out on the far side to Hill, excuse me. The voice is starting to go. And there's a nice move and a foul. We'll be going to the line here to shoot a pair. Jones gets called for the foul. That's his first. Grizzlies do not have anybody with more than one foul in the game. First one is off the mark, no good. I haven't been keeping track of the free throw shooting for East, but I can tell you it has not been very good. Second one, and that one rattles in and is good. 30-26, Grizzlies lead by 4. Cups on the far side. Jones now, right in front of us. Jones with it. Dixon puts one up. Good. Dixon gives them a 6-point lead. Johnson on the far side. There's a 3-point attempt. That's good. By Bradley. And Bradley has 8. Cuts the lead to 3. Smith double team, finally gets rid of it. Joey Duncan. How he didn't walk with it, good for him. I don't know how he did it. That ball was pretty wildly thrown. Now they're setting up, and what do we have here? Oh, Jalen Smith left his shoe at the other end of the floor, and at the whistle, he went down to get it. We do have a foul called, I believe. Oh, maybe not. Yes, we do. Foul is called on Jacobs. That's his first. And now a foul called on Dalen Jones. That's his second foul. And the second team foul of the half. This ball will also be on the floor. Cups has it. They'll bring it down. Grizzlies playing right to left here in the second half. Right in front of us. Cups to Dixon. Dixon puts a 3 up. Good. Javen Dixon has 7, and the Grizzlies have their 6-point lead back. Grizzlies looking a lot smoother on offense here in the beginning of the third quarter than they did in the beginning of the first quarter. East High trying to get something going. Good defense being played by Dixon there. Coach Chadwick signaling in a defensive play. 2-3 zone now for the Grizzlies. Inside 4 to go, third quarter. Been a very fast-moving third quarter so far. Under the basket and a travel. Deron Jacobs traveled with it. It'll belong to the Grizzlies, and a timeout being taken by East High. Let's take one with them real quick. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime. We need to focus on 3 factors. Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
With executive producer Greg Darnell, our engineer Heath Roberts, I'm Kevin Arkin. Welcome back to Northwest High. We're in the third period. Grizzlies lead 35-29 with 3:41 remaining in the third. And the Grizzlies own the basketball at the moment. Smith with it. Dixon to Duncan. Wide open down here is Cups. Cups dishes it off to Jones, and Jones traveled with it. He knew it. Turn it over to Northwest here. I'm sorry, to East High, I mean. And here come the Blue Aces back. Want to thank our halftime guest, Principal Eric Hofer-Holdeman. Pardon me. Eric Hofer-Holdeman for joining us at halftime. He asked me before we went on air, what are we going to talk about? And I said, whatever comes up. Sounds good ad-lib interviewer. Coming up on 3 minutes, there's a 3-ball off the iron over the back. It'll belong to Northwest. 3 minutes exactly remaining, third period. 35-29 Grizzlies. Cups will come out, and Kamarian Thompson will take his place, number 4, the 5'10" senior. So on the floor we have Smith, Thompson, Duncan, Dixon, and Jones. Not necessarily in numerical order. Dixon inbounds it to Smith. Jalen Smith with it. Smith with 15 points here so far. Dixon tried to dish it off to Duncan. Now it goes out of play. Is it out of bounds? Yes, and it belongs to Northwest. Good hustling play there by the Grizzlies. Duncan batted it off the leg of an East High player. Smith has it. In here to Dixon. Back to Smith. Smith looking for help. Still looking for help. Puts it up himself. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Dalen Jones. And here comes East High back. Jones brings it up himself. Gives it to Bradley. Bradley gets around Duncan. Puts it up and scores. 5 points for, 5 points for Bradley in the quarter. 10 in the game. Brees Hall called for the foul. First time we've called his number tonight. Foul's actually on Joey Duncan. His second. Now they're changing that because Brees Hall wasn't in the game. I don't know who they gave it to, though. Who'd they give that foul to? He said they were changing it. I didn't hear who, and they haven't put it up on the board, so I don't know who's got the foul. What do we have here? We have a whistle and a timeout called by Northwest. We'll keep it right here for a bit. Tell you a couple of things we have cooking here going forward on our schedule. We're back on the air Friday night. We're going to be at North High Friday night to bring you that boys game. And if I can find my schedule, I'll tell you who else we're going to do here. I can't find my schedule. Somebody, I wonder if I left it at the office. I must have. Well, so much for that idea. We're going to be bringing you virtually all of what's left in the season. Most of our off days were early. There is one game in Topeka. The Thursday night game in Topeka, I know we will not webcast. The Friday night game is iffy. If there is, if they play Friday night, it will be iffy, depending on when they play. And that's just because of travel schedule problems. There's Dixon putting one up, in and out, no good. Rebounded by the Blue Aces. The Saturday game in Topeka is a lock. We will be on the air with that. And the addition to the schedule that we haven't already advertised, when they play the City League Chisholm Trail Ark Valley showdown at Wichita State, the Grizzlies drew the Thursday night 8:30 p.m. game, and we are doing that one live from Koch Arena. It's a late game. That's the downside of it for the kids. It's a late game. They play it at 8:30. So we haven't talked to our crew yet as to whether or not they're going to be able to get there because of the late time. We'll have to figure that out. But in any case, our plan is to bring you that game live from Koch Arena. And that is always a blast, having those high school kids play in the college arena. Dixon just got charged with his second foul. And Randall misses his first 3 of 2 free throws. So it remains a 4-point game. Second one's up, and the second one is good by Randall. That's his 3rd point of the quarter, 10th of the game. 35-32, Grizzlies lead. And coast to coast, and Thompson can't put it down. Here comes East High back. Chance to tie it on a 3. In and out, no good. And we have a whistle and a foul. Sears is going to go to the line and shoot a pair. Joey Duncan gets draws his second foul. Was charged with his second foul, I should say. Coach Chadwick not too happy with the call. It's a 4th team foul. And Sears misses the first. Again, the East High's free throw shooting tonight has not been good. Don't know where Joanna Chadwick is, but she was keeping stats. If I can get some free throw shooting numbers from her, I will. He's 1 for 2. Sears makes the second one. That's his 3rd point of the night. It's a 2-point game, 35-33. Here comes Jalen Smith. At the free throw line, puts it up, rims in and out, no good. Rebounded by Burrell, and here comes East High back now. East High's Jacobs with it. Over on the far side, that's a 2-pointer, and we're tied, folks. Randall ties it with a 2-pointer. He's got 12. And there's 1 minute plus and some change left here in the 3rd quarter. This is going to be a barn burner to the finish. And now a turnover by the Grizzlies, and we'll give it back to East High. I think they may have called 10 seconds. I'm not sure. In any case, there's a foul, and this may be an offensive foul, or it's or maybe travel. Either way, it's a turnover. And Thompson gets his first bucket of the night and gives the Grizzlies the lead back with 45 seconds to go. Sears puts it up and good. We're tied again. Now we have a whistle and a foul, I think. Or did he travel with it? Must have traveled with it. Either way, Sears has it to inbound it for East with a chance to give the Blue Aces the lead. It goes out of bounds. We'll do it over again. 28.3 remaining. 3rd quarter. There's a 3-ball short and a rebound by the Grizzlies. Smith gets the rebound. Brings it down himself. Goes coast to coast with it and has his shot blocked, but he's fouled on the way up. It'll be a 2-shot foul here. Chris Burrell is guilty of the infraction. It's his first. Smith at the line with 15, trying to add to it and give the Grizzlies the lead back. First one is way short. Jalen Smith now will try and give them a lead, and he does. 38-37 Grizzlies, 14 to go. East High has outscored the Grizzlies here in the third quarter. And as the buzzer sounds, Sears gives them the lead. He now has 7, and it's 39-38 Grizzlies. 8 minutes remaining here. Stay with us. We'll be back after this quick timeout. Stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
Good job. And we are back at Northwest. Getting ready for the fourth quarter here. Grizzlies trail by 1 after 3. Been a seesaw battle all night. Grizzlies have 14 fouls. Blue Aces have 3. And the timeout situation, Grizzlies have 2 remaining. East High has 4 of its 5 still to go in the contest. East High gets the ball on the alternating possession to start the fourth quarter. We are underway. Sears passes it off. Sears back to Jacobs now on the far side. And there's a pass almost intercepted by Cups. Nice job. Sears puts it up off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Smith. Here comes Jalen with it. And he is double teamed and he is fouled hard. And they're going to give this one to, they're going to charge this one to Deron Jacobs. And that is his second foul of the contest. Smith with Randall in front of him, driving hard, dishes it off to Duncan. Duncan tried to put it up, but he was fouled on the way up, and he'll go to the line, and he'll shoot a pair here. And Sears charged with his second foul. Nice crowd on hand here at Northwest. Duncan's first one is good. That's his third point of the night. And Sears will come out. Aaron Hill will take his place for East High, and we're tied at 39. Now here's an opportunity for Duncan to give us the lead. Up, good. Nice touch by Joey Duncan. And here comes East High back with it. Burrell out to Randall. Randall's going to pull it all the way back out and set something up. Grizzlies by 1. And here's one by Randall for 3, and it's good. And we went from 1 up to 2 down, folks. 42-40 we trail. And who was that? think it was Dixon, but I'm not sure. That's who we're giving it to. Dixon for 3. Grizzlies lead by 1. Now there's a rebound by Smith on a miss. Chance for the Grizzlies to add to their 1-point lead here. And Smith lost the handle. He almost fell down as he slipped. And there's a nice block by Smith. He got up there to block it, but I think they're going to call him for the foul. Let's see what the officials call here. The foul is on Jalen Randall. Foul number 2 for the young man. In it comes. Smith with it. To Duncan. To Dixon. To Jones. Jones into a double team. Gets hammered as he goes up for the shot. And he will go to the line and shoot a pair. And that puts the Grizzlies into the bonus for the rest of the game. Jones will shoot a pair. Jones has 4 points. Unofficially. And the first one is way short. Take a deep breath there, Mr. Jones, and put this one home. Second one's good. Jones is 1 for 2. He's got 5 points. And Dixon's going to come out. And he will be replaced by Lincoln Phillips, a 5'10" junior guard for the Grizzlies. I believe that's his first shift of the night. And we have a timeout being taken, I think. We do have a timeout being taken. We're going to take it with him. Kevin's going to rest his voice. We'll be back. Grizzlies lead by 2. This is Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
I don't blame him. Back at Northwest High, 5:53 to go here in the fourth. Grizzlies up by a bucket. Grizzlies have 2 timeouts remaining. East High just took one of its final 4. They have 3 left. This has been a tight barn burner. The biggest lead of the game was held by the Grizzlies. That was at 6. They did it twice. But now it's down to 2. East High has led as well. Their biggest lead, I believe, was 4. May have been 5 early in the first quarter. They may have led by 5, 9-4. But it's been a close game either way. And there's a shot, a miss, a rebound, blocked on the second shot, and no, a foul. And they're going to call that foul, I believe, on Dixon. It is Dixon. It's his first, it's his third foul. And it will put Pierre Johnson on the line to shoot a pair. He makes the first one. And if my bookkeeping is good, that's his first point of the night. Of course, he was in foul trouble very early in the first half. That might have something to do with it. He makes them both. And we're tied at 44 with 5:44 remaining here in the fourth. Dixon to Smith. Smith will bring it across the timeline. Long one to Cups. Cups was over there by himself. Put back by Duncan, doesn't go. Loose ball on the floor, and we're going to have a held ball. Yes, it's going to be a held ball call. And that should belong to the Grizzlies. It does. Northwest maintains possession. Smith looking for some help inbounding. Throws a long one out to Cups. Almost stepped over the line. Woo. But it was deflected. Referee indicated a deflection. There's one up, no good. Rebound by Duncan. And now we have a foul on Deron Jacobs. Fouls Duncan. Duncan has 6 rebounds in the game. Dixon has 7. Duncan will go to the line. This is a 1-and-1 opportunity for Northwest. First one's good. He has 3 points. He'll have an opportunity now to give us a 2-point lead. Second one rattles in and out, no good. 1 for 2. The Grizzlies lead by 1. Jalen Randall with the ball. Passes it off to Jacobs. Trying to set up some offense. Jacobs again. Gets around the defense, puts one up and scores. And Deron Jacobs gets his first bucket of the night. 46-45, Grizzlies trail. And we have a whistle away from the ball, and I believe Duncan may have committed a foul. Yes, he did. That's Duncan's 3rd foul. Next foul will put East High in the bonus, so everybody's shooting free throws the rest of the way. There's a long one, and it's good. Randall with a long 3-bomb. Gives him 6 points in this quarter and 18 in the game. Now we have a turnover by the Grizzlies. Cups comes back in as Lincoln Phillips takes a seat. Round the horn it goes. Randall, who got on fire. There's a long 2. It rattles in and out, no good. Rebound by Dixon. Dixon has 8 rebounds. Cups with it now. Looking for some help, and he's fouled as he went up. He'll go to the line shooting a pair, I believe. Deron Jacobs charged with foul number 4. Cups going to the line on a 1-and-1 opportunity. Cups puts it in and out, no good. It was a 1-and-1, and the ball goes out of play. They're going to call a foul, I think, here on the rebound. The foul is going to be on Cups, I think. Referees are talking this over. Grizzlies trail by 4. That's their biggest deficit of the half. Largely the work of Jalen Randall. .336 remaining in the 4th. I have no idea what's happening here. Yeah, Cups is going to the line. I think they may have missed, from what I'm being told here by our engineer, Mr. Roberts. We may have he has one more free throw to take. It's a 2-shot foul, not a 1-and-1. Second one misses. All that was for naught. East High gets the rebound as Deron Jacobs gets it and brings it up the floor for the Blue Aces. Randall dishes it off. Underneath the basket to Burrell. His shot is blocked. Loose ball on the floor. Are they going to call a hold ball here? I think they are. It is a held ball. It will belong to East on the alternating possession. Arguably the dumbest rule in basketball. Harmon getting set to come back in now. No basket there, as we had Jalen Smith couldn't call for the foul. That's only his first foul of the game, and it comes with 3:09 remaining. Cups is going to come back out as Harmon went in for him. Randall at the line to shoot what will now be 2 as he makes the first one. That's 19 in the game for Mr. Randall. He's been on fire in the second half. He's got 12 in the second half.
Cups just subbed in for Phillips.
Who went back in? Cups? Cups went back into the game, folks. We need to get that thing louder for you.
He got subbed back out.
Here's the problem here. When you talk, you don't pull the mic away from you. You leave it in close so everybody can hear you. Randall makes them both. 20 in the game, 50-45. Grizzlies are trailing 51-45. Excuse me. East High has come on fire here in the fourth quarter. There's one. Are they going to count that or not? Probably not. I don't know what they're calling. You know, Coach Chadwick wants the basket. He's not going to get it, I don't think. No, he's not going to get it. Zion Jones will go to the line to shoot a pair. Grizzlies are in the double bonus, so it doesn't matter whether it's a shooting foul or not. They're all 2 shots now, and Jones is having a hard time at the free throw line here this quarter. And he makes 1 out of 2. 51-48. Now we have a timeout being taken by East High. Did you by any chance put a different one up?
I can.
Why don't you? And I'll just stall while you do that. We're going to take a timeout with them here, and then we'll be back with the final 2 minutes, 51 seconds. So stay with us. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set, for life.
Welcome back to Northwest. Getting ready here to wrap this one up here with a final 2:51. Head coach Jackson for East High having some words with the officials about some call or lack thereof. Now they're talking to Coach Chadwick about it. We do not know what this is about. Would you be willing to speculate?
Yeah, I can.
What do you think it is?
I'm not sure if it's about just him coaching too harshly or if it's about a call.
Could be either. More likely a call. Although the Blue Aces have the ball, so I can't imagine that's going to be an issue. I think we have a whistle and a foul. Do we have a foul there on that pass? Nope, just the ball's out of bounds. Still stays with the Blue Aces. Out it comes to Shafira. What am I doing here? I got the wrong one. Norman Massey was what I was trying to reach. He's got it now. Does Massey up and good. Norman Massey gets his first bucket of the game. And now they're starting to spread the score out, and it's a 7-point lead for the Aces, the largest in the game by either team. There's a three-pointer by Cups that misses. He's going to get another shot at it, and it misses. Two long bombs, both miss. There's a wide open shot and an easy lay-in for Deron Jacobs. And this one's getting out of hand in a hurry, folks. We're down by 9. And a turnover will give East High the ball. We'll keep it right here. There's another timeout being taken, even though it's a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. A reminder that we're on the air Friday night at 7:15 from the beautiful auspices of North High School. And the Redskins will entertain the Grizzlies in another City League match come Friday night. Hope you'll join us live if you're able to. If you can't come and support the team, if you can join us live, we'd love to have you. If you can't support the team live or in person, watch us live or watch us on the podcast. All Northwest Grizzly basketball webcasts are podcasts the following day for future viewing, and they will all be on one site together very shortly, as soon as that site is up and running. In the meantime, you can see them all through the Facebook page, because that's where they be. Okay, yeah, we're going to figure out whose ball it is here. It looks like it's going to be, I thought it was East High's ball, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. It is East High's ball. They've got a 9-point lead and the ball. 2:07 to go. So the wheels are coming off here for the Grizzlies. They need to make some stops and score some points. And there's an easy lay-in for Deron Jacobs. And now the lead is 11. Smith is fouled on the way up. He'll go into the line and shoot a pair. This foul is on Norman Massey. That's his first. The only one in real foul trouble is Deron Jacobs. He has 4. And Smith makes the first of his 2 free throws, and that is his first point of the fourth quarter, and that is part of the problem. Second one rattles off and no good. He's 1 for 2. Here's an opportunity As he's going up, he's stripped of the ball. It goes out of bounds and belongs to the Grizzlies. That's a nice break. I hope it didn't come too late. 1:44 remaining. We're down by 10. This one will belong to East High. 1:37 remaining. Has not been a good second half for the Grizzlies. And Dixon is fouled going up. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. And this foul will be charged to it's on Bradley. It's his second. Dixon has 12. Lead is now 8. There's an interception. Here we go. We can still do this. Got to put it in the hole, though, boys. Cubs shot is blocked and rebounded there by Jacobs, who puts it up. No basket. There is a foul call. There is no basket. The dunk looked nice, but it was after the play. Foul's on Smith. That's his second. It will send Jacobs to the line to shoot a pair. Jacobs is hobbling a little bit. He went down hard. I think he's just out of gas. Now they may take him out. Jacobs is going to come out. He will be replaced by Jaden Finney, a 6'2 senior. And as the replacement for the shooter, he will have to shoot the free throws. Finney's first one is good. Pierre Johnson comes out for East. And he makes them both. 10-point lead with 1:15 to go. Grizzlies need to score, and they need to score quick. Smith looking for a chance. There's a three-pointer, missing everything. Rebound by Duncan. A nice rebound. That's 7 rebounds for Duncan and 7 points. And a timeout being taken by Northwest. And sure, why not? Let's take it with them. We're down by 8. We'll be back. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life.
Back at Northwest High, 1 minute exactly remaining. 59-51. Grizzlies trail by 8. They've trailed by as many as 10. I think they actually trailed by 11 at one point. They led at halftime, as I recall. I didn't write down the halftime score. I forgot to, but it has not been a good second half for the Grizzlies. And against a very good quality East High squad. On the far side, here comes Finney with it. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if East High takes some time off the clock here. Forces the issue for the foul. That's exactly what they're doing. 40 seconds now. Up, and Finney gets an easy lay-in. Easy lay-in for Finney. 30 seconds to go. The lead is 10 again. Smith, a long one, way short. Underneath, getting in the putback is Maurice Wilson. I believe that's his first 2 points of the game. Six seconds to go, and that'll do it. East High going to run it out. We're going to let them. And we are final. We'll be back to wrap this up in a real hurry after this last timeout of the night. 61-53 the final. This is Wichita Northwest Grizzlies boys basketball.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Back at Northwest High, where the Grizzlies drop one here and fall to 2-4. Dropping the game to the Blue Aces 61-53. Story of this game was the second half and East High's domination thereof over the Grizzlies, sending the Grizzlies down 2 games below 500 now as they head into North High on Friday night. We're running way over on our allotted time, so we're going to cut it short. We will tell you we're on the air again Friday night, 7:15 live from North High with the Countdown to Tip-Off show and the game to immediately follow at 7:30. So please join us live on the internet. And thank you again for joining us tonight. For our executive producer, Greg Darnell, our engineer, Heath Roberts, I'm Kevin Arkin saying good night from Northwest High, where the Grizzlies drop one 61-53 to the Blue Aces. Until next time, have a good night. Live. Confirm.